Hey there, this video was to show you how to integrate the Snap and Inventory system, version 0.0.9 or later with the weapon component system, using the Snap and Inventory's UI and the weight system and all that, but also the physics and the attaching. And what we're going to keep from the weapon component system is just the actual weapon stuff, so the shooting, the projectiles, and all the settings that go with each gun. What I want to show you just before we get started here is if I hit play, a few things to note. We start with a gun, so that's kind of an issue because we didn't tell the inventory system we're starting with a gun, so that's an issue right off the bat. And the other thing is if I drop the gun and I walk around, you can see the default animation is holding rifle. So that's just the way the weapon component system comes. So when we integrate this, it has nothing to do with it not being attached or anything like that. And the last thing is when we pick this up and we have the gun in our hands, there is no real ammo system in the weapon component. There's items that look like ammo. When you pick them up, it just literally adds to the list of ammo that you have in your hand. If you don't have the gun in your hand, then the ammo doesn't get added. So it's not real ammo system, and it's not a real inventory or item system either. For example, if I shoot and I reload, you can see I have 2 bullets left in my inventory and 15 in the clip. If I drop the gun and I go pick up some pistol ammo, and I come back and grab the gun, you can see I still only have 2 bullets left in my inventory. That means that if I can go run around the map picking up a whole bunch of ammo, but if I don't have the gun, it doesn't actually count, which is a pretty big issue. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to create a new map here, just because I don't need any of these items. We're not going to be using any of the parent ammo or weapons. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is just bring the inventory system into the weapon component. So this is the latest version. This is 0.0.9, Unreal version 4.18. If you just navigate to the Snap-in components here under the Snap-in folder and go to inventory, right click on that folder and click migrate. And you just want to put that in the content folder of the weapon component. Just hit select folder, and then you can just close the Snap-in inventory system. Don't worry about any errors there. Okay, we can see now we have the Snap-in folder here at the top. We can just leave that for right now. We're not going to get to that at the moment. So in the weapon component system, if you go to the blueprints, just open that up. I'm just going to switch the view to list. We're going to create a new enum here. So just right click anywhere and go to blueprints and then go to enum, enumeration, E underscore, we're going to call it weapon name. And you can just hit new a bunch of times here. For the first one, just type none. And then if you go back to the blueprints folder here and you look for DT underscore weapons, see these are all the weapons that the system comes with. You're going to want to create an enum for each of these. Okay, and where the row name here is, you want to make sure the enum is exactly the same as this. Because when we look up this row later on, we're going to use the enum to do it. So they have to match exactly. What I would suggest you do is you just copy like this, go to the enum, paste, copy, paste, and so on and so on and so on. I'm only going to do the pistol and the assault rifle, but you're going to want to do all the weapons that you have here. Okay, so once you have that enum populated, what you want to do now is go to BPS stored weapon, and you can see at the top here where it says weapon ID. We're actually just going to rename that to weapon name, and where it has this name here, we're going to change that to E underscore weapon name. That's what we just created. To do that and save it, and we're going to do the same thing here under weapon data. There's already something called weapon name here. Just change this, the text variable, to E underscore weapon name. Save that. Open the DT underscore weapons, and then you just want to go through each of these and change the weapon name to the one that you created in the enum. So again, I only did assault rifle and pistol, so we're just going to do that. You want to do all of these, so if you want to finish that up, just pause the video and do that. Once you're done, save it. Then come back to here and you want to find BPI weapon component. So that's the interface. So open that up. And then on the right here, you want to search for ammo pickup. Double click on that. And you can see here where it says weapon ID, just rename that to weapon name. And same thing, make that E underscore weapon name. Okay, and then save and compile that. Then look for BPA ammo parent. Open that up. Okay, first thing I want to do is on the bottom left here, which is weapon ID, rename this to weapon name. And then up here on the right, change it to E underscore weapon name. And then if you go to the construction script over here, we just want to drag this out. And then just up here, drag the weapon name in. And then drag that out and type enum to string. Make sure you choose the string. And then you also want to drag out over here weapon name or component, and you want to set this and just drag the string into there. Make sure you use the string, don't use the name, it'll give you a different result. And then just pipe that into there. And then also while you're here with the weapon name selected, just uncheck that right there, instance editable. Go back to the event graph, and right here where you see this weapon ID is now red, just drag that out. And you just want to drag the weapon name into the new weapon name here, and you can just break that link so that's not there anymore. Okay, we're going to make a few big changes here, so just bring the event play stuff, move it up top so it's out of the way. And then this whole thing here along the bottom, show hide ammo, let's drag that down a little bit. And what we want to do with the show hide ammo is we want to rename show hide ammo here. So just hit F2, rename it to hide ammo, and hit enter. Everything after the set visibility here up to the delay, just delete those. And then right here where it says set collision enabled, delete that and then reconnect this. Just gonna bring that closer together. And then bring that down and put it underneath the hide ammo. And then right click underneath that and custom. And we want to create a new event called show ammo. Let's put an E there so we know it's an event. And then over here under replicated, just choose multicast, just like the other one. And make sure it's reliable. And then scroll up here, and what we want to do is just delete this hide ammo for now. We don't really need that right there. And then just grab this and move it over. And this begin overlap, we can delete that. And up in the top left, we can also delete this trigger. We're not going to use that anymore. And what we want to do here is just right click and create a new custom event. We're going to call it decrease ammo on split. Okay, and then drag that into switch has authority. And over here on the right, we're going to create two variables. This one's going to be my underscore character. And you can call it the same thing. And just below that, we're going to create an integer. And just call it ammo, or amount of ammo. Okay. And then over here where it says ammo pickup, which is my character, drag that into the target. Because we're decreasing ammo on split, so we're minusing. There's no minus event or function in the weapon component system. There's only adding ammo as you pick it up. So we're just going to reuse the pickup function, but we're going to negative it. So it's kind of a hack to get a minus here. So what you want to do is just do a times, integer times integer, and then where it says 0, just make that a -1, and then drag that into ammo amount, or amount of ammo. And then this floating variable, you can just delete that. Okay, and the rest of it can stay the way that it is. Okay, and then just put a comment around that and call it runs from BP underscore SI INV item custom functions. So we're going to call to this later from the inventory system, but right now it's just making it available for us. So move that up there. Just below that, we're going to create another event. So custom, we're going to call it pickup ammo. And we also want the switch has authority, so grab that and paste it here. And we also want two variables here, so just add two variables. First one's going to be my character again. And the second one is going to be a bool. And we're going to call this add, and then in parentheses we're going to call it remove. And then just right click anywhere here and just type si underscore inv get si item by child actor. Okay, so we want the item, not the inventory, but the item here. Okay, and these are just built-in functions that ship with the Snap inventory system to make life easy for you. Put the authority into there. It already says self, but I like to just make sure, so grab a reference to self. And then right click here, anywhere next to it, and just type si inv get item amount. Okay, and we're just going to put that into there, and obviously if the item's found, put it in there. Okay, and then go back up just above this and copy everything we have here, including multiplication. Just copy that, paste it over here, and you just want to take the found and put it into the ammo pickup. And the item amount here, okay, that's going to go into the top of the times here, the multiplication. But instead of putting it directly, what we want to do is drag out from here and type select int. And this is actually going to go in there. And then this here is actually going to be B. And the amount directly is going to be A. Okay, so make sure yours looks like that. And then the pick A bool, we're going to drag that over to here. And you can just double click on that and make it look a little nicer. So if it's an add, we're going to pick A. If it's a subtraction, we're going to pick B. Okay, and then you also want to create another one there, another reroute node. Bring it down here, do it again. Bring that up and type if or branch. whatever you used to. And drag this out and type hide ammo, and drag the false out and type show ammo. You can just highlight all of that and type C to make a comment. Runs from inventory system, just so you know what it is, and then if you want, you can go show and hide ammo. And if you get any errors, just click on them, find out where they are, and it's just because we changed this variable. Just right click on it, refresh the node. Oh, make sure you connect the target. Okay, the last thing we're going to do before we leave here is if you go to window and type viewport, or click on viewport, you can see that there's an ammo icon here, or representation of it. It's actually just a particle, it's not a mesh, and we require a mesh to be able to drop, pick up, etc. in the game. So what we need to do is add a skeletal mesh. It has to be a skeletal mesh, so click on the default scene root, add component, type skeletal mesh. I'm just going to call it item mesh. And then drag that onto the scene root and make sure it replaces it. If it asks you, just make sure to replace it, do not attach it. And then you can close the ammo for now. And on the blueprints folder, just right click, click on new folder, just call it ammo. And then go back to the blueprints folder and find parent ammo. Right click on it and choose create child blueprint class. I'm just going to delete everything at the end here, and we're just going to call BPA ammo underscore, and we're just going to use the exact same terminology we used for the weapon. So this will be assault rifle underscore, I'm going to say by name. And the reason the by name is there is because in this component you can add ammo by name or by type or whatever, or you can have wildcard ammo, which adds for everything. We're just going to do by name. If you wanted to do more than that, you can create additional assault rifle ammo types and just change the way the defaults work. So once you have that, just drag that into the ammo folder here. Okay, and then go into the ammo folder, open up the assault rifle, and then our class defaults here, so where it says add to all weapons, we're going to change that weapon name. Okay, and weapon name is assault rifle. Don't do anything for the weapon name or comment, that'll get set automatically now. Under projectile type for assault rifle, it's just the parent projectile. Under the weapon type, choose rifle, close this, and then just right click on it and duplicate. And we're just going to change the weapon type, we're just going to do the pistol. You want to do this for all of your weapons, of course. I'm just going to do the assault rifle and the pistol. Okay, so now we want to find in the blueprints folder the parent weapon, so open that up and go to EventGraph, and then we're going to look at the begin play here. We just want to fix this up. So up here in the top left, you can actually delete the pickup trigger, so just delete that, and then we're going to delete this, and then just connect the event begin play to the visibility here. We want to get rid of the simulate physics. And keep that. You can see there's an error here with the weapon name, so just get rid of that. Drag this over here, and then where it says weapon name, bring that out. Type enum to string. Again, make sure you use the string and not the text. Put that in there like that. Okay, so that's all we need to do there. We scroll down to add ammo here, to add a clamp in here for negative, because right now we only add ammo in the weapon component. We want to be able to subtract it when we drop it, but we don't want it to go below 0, so we're just going to limit that here. So where it says min, just drag this out and type select int, and then the result of that, just put that into the variable there, and bring this down, bring the min down here and just type less than, not the equals, but less than, and then where it says 0, just leave that, pipe that into the big A, and you want to take the min and put that into B, and just make sure A is 0. Okay, and that's all you want to do for that. I like to just put a, and scroll down until you see weapon pickup trigger. Just highlight all of that and delete it. We don't need that. Go to where it says called from AC character weapons, and we can see there's an error here on this function. So just expand that a little bit, bring this over, and we just take a look at this. So right here where it says weapon ID, just double click on this node. It's going to open something else. We can see weapon ID here. Let's just correct this. So where it says name and weapon ID, let's just change that to weapon name. And that's E underscore weapon name. And then right here it says where it says assign weapon data, we want to do the same thing there. So click on that. On the input, change the name variable to E underscore weapon name. Let's drag this out a little bit, and what you want to do here is just drag this out and go enum to string, and put that into the row name. That's why it has to match exactly, so we can get that row name. Close that. Back on the event graph here, you want to just drag the weapon name into the ID there. Actually just save that, compile it. If you see any errors, just go click on them. So here we can see there's an error there. So what we want, because this weapon name doesn't exist anymore, we want this one at the top. Just drag that out, type enum to string, and put that into the text. Okay, save and compile. There shouldn't be any more errors. And then close that. And now what we want to do here is just drag this weapon name into weapon name, and you can break that link. Okay, so save that. And then go down here to is drop status, and where it says owner character, delete that. And connect that to set visibility, and then just delete everything after this. Compile it. And if you get any errors, again, just click on them. And we just want to do the same thing. So grab the weapon name, enum to string, drag that into the row name. Okay, so save that, compile it. I'm going to keep this open. We're going to do a few more things here. On the left where it says function, just click on that. And just call this snap-in_update ammo. I just put an F at the end for function, and I'm going to put this in its own category called snap-in, so we know where to find it. And it's going to be a little bit of a bigger function, so just follow along. So on the start of this, just put two inputs in here. First one's going to be an integer. Second one is actually going to be a bool, so that's fine. Call this L round to add. That's just the same terminology that the weapon component system uses for ammo, so I'm going to keep that. And here just type add, and in parentheses type remove. Okay, or deplete, whatever terminology you want to use. And then drag this out and go to promote to local variable, not to variable, so local variable. And again, you can just call this L rounds to add underscore local. Just have that set there. And then right click anywhere and just go owner character. And we're going to cast to my character. Let's pop that in there. Okay, and then right click anywhere and just type si_inv get inventory, and we want to get it by the character actor. So we're going to find this particular character's inventory system. Okay, and then just next to that, right click and type si_inv get items of type. Okay, so we're just going to loop through their entire inventory and see if we can find some ammo that matches the gun, is what the entire thing we're doing here. Okay, so put those two in there. And what are we going to look for? We're looking for ammo. Ammo parent. Okay, we only want to check the child of ammo parent because, as I mentioned earlier, you're not going to be putting the parent ammo in your map ever again. You're going to be using the individual actual ammo actors that you make. So we only want to look for the child actors of parent ammo. Okay, and right here where it says compatibles found, this is going to give us a list of all the ammo that we have in our system, in our inventory currently for this character. It'll give us the actual actor, the ammo actor itself, and it's going to give us the inventory component. That's why it's a map. So let's drag this out and promote to local variable. You can just call this matching ammo underscore map. Okay, just like that. Just bring that down here and then drag out from that now and just type the word keys and then connect up that to the keys. And what we're going to do is loop through all the ammo that it found. And we want to use a for each loop with break, because when we have enough ammo to reload our gun, we are going to stop looking for ammo. From this array element here, just drag this out and type cast to DPA parent ammo. Let's attach the loop body to that. That's where things get a little bit messy, but that's just the way the weapon component system already has it set up. So just right click here and type weapon data, and then drag that out and type break. Okay, and what we want to do is just, for this one, weapon name, type equals equals, and hit enter. Weapon type, I want to do the same thing, so equals equals. And then just open this up and find projectile, and do the same thing, equals equals. And then you can minimize that, and we just want those three. And I can put weapon type on top because that's the way it's ordered in the system. Okay, so weapon type is the one on top here. And then over here under the ammo that we're looking for, we want to see what you've chosen as to add this weapon or this ammo by. I mean, so we chose by name earlier, so we're just going to be using this one technically, but if you use any of these other ones, you can still use them and they'll still work. So we're just going to drag this out and find the same thing. So weapon name, and we want to put that in the second one. Okay, right there. Sorry, I made that confusing. And then we want to drag that out and go weapon type, and put that on the top one. And then here, you guessed it, projectile type. Put that in there. And the other thing we want to do is right click and just type in weapon stored and pull that out. And then just break that. And we want to grab this weapon ID here. Same thing, equals equals. And then we just want to use the weapon name. Right, just reuse it from there. Okay, and then again from the BPA parent ammo, just drag this to the bottom and type ammo adding type. So this is how we're going to add the ammo, either by one of these methods. Drag it over here and type select. And then for current weapon, we're just going to add that one. For all weapons, since any ammo works for all weapons, we're just going to hit that to true because it'll always add if it's any kind of ammo. Weapon name, the next one. And then for this one here, it doesn't go in order, unfortunately. So for the projectile one here, just add that to the very bottom. And then for the ID, add that one from there. And you can just rearrange that if you want it to look nicer. So you look bad on the left or bad on the right, so pick your poison there. Okay, and then that's set up. On the outside of this, just drag that out, type if. And then that you're going to bring right to this BPA parent here. And you can add some reroute nodes here to make that look a little nicer. Okay, so now true, drag that out and type if or branch. And I'm just going to put a quick little note up here that says add or remove. And then you can grab the condition and just drag it all the way to that very first thing we created there at the beginning of the function. And just double click that and you can bring that down. Okay, so for adding ammo, we created a function earlier in our ammo parent called pickupAmmo underscore E, so it was an event. Okay, so that's what we actually want to call right now. And we have our reference to the ammo here, so just grab that, bring it over here, and type pick up. There you go, pickupAmmo E. And again, you can prettify this however you want. That means make it look nice, or don't. Under the add remove, connect to true if it's adding, and obviously we want to make that true for adding. And we also need a reference to my character. We do have that already. We drag that over right there. Again, just bring that down. Okay, we're almost done here. So in the bottom left here where it says local variables, just hit create a new local variable and call it success_local. And we're going to drag this out, set it. This means it was a successful ad. And to bring that up here, we're going to use that again. Okay, and then you also we also need to handle the actual looping of this, right? Because right now we're not taking into account that okay, so now what we want to do is handle what happens if we're removing ammo. So to do that, just find the add remove here and just bring this false up. And then just right click anywhere in front of that and type si space or underscore inv space deplete consumable. Okay, just connect that there. Just get that out of your way there. And deplete by, if you just go down to your local variables, L rounds, grab that, just pipe that in there. And then if you right click up here, just up anywhere to the left of that, and just grab, well actually you know what, just grab your matching ammo map, pull that in here, and just type find, and put that in there. And then the one we're going to look for is this guy right here, the array element from your for each loop. Okay, so bring that up, bring that over. Okay, so these ones here we don't need to carry or worry too much about, these bottom ones here. So what we're going to do with the bottom two is just create a copy of this success local, but make it false, and just put those two bottom ones in there. Okay, because that means it wasn't ammo that it found and somehow got there. Should never actually hit those, but if it does, at least we've covered it. And then the two above that, depleted, empty, destroyed. That means it took all the ammo from that item. We don't care about that. That's fine. That means we got all the ammo we could from that one. If it depleted with the remainder, that means we got as much as we needed, but we didn't take it all. We don't care about that. You might use that for something else in your game later on, but for this particular case, we don't care, as long as we got the ammo we wanted. And here, this is one we do care about, though. We took all of the ammo we could from that item, but we still want more. There's still room left in the clip for us to reload or whatever, so we want to find out if we have another matching ammo and take more from that one. And that's where we're going to go through the loop again and see if there's another one. So to do that, we have to update how much more we need though this time, because we did get some, so we're going to set this. And that's the amount left that we needed, and just set that. And it's going to end there, and then it'll cycle through and see if there's any more ammo that we can steal from. Okay, and then before we do that, if we did end up getting steal from. Okay, and if we were successful in getting all the ammo we need and we don't need to cycle through anymore, we want to break that loop. So just bring that up there and type reroute. And then bring that over here and pipe that right into the break node. And then you can double click on that and just bring it up there. Okay. And that is it for this function. The last thing we want to do though is just have an output node. So just go back to the beginning and highlight this guy here and click on output and add a new parameter and drag that all the way to the end. Okay. And right here under success local, just drag that in there. And where's the new parameter, we actually want to change that to a bool. Let's call that successful question mark. And just grab the successful bool, put it in there like that. And the last thing we want to do is cover the remaining out, which is just completed. When this loop's completed and we did everything we needed to do, we just want to exit. Okay, we're actually not going to use this as a successful thing. It's more for future planning and just better programming here. So save this and then compile. I always like to save first in case the compile crashes. And in the bottom left here, under the blueprint, just search for reload end and open that up. And just go screen bubble here. You'll see L rounds to add and current ammo and backpack. And on the left here, the function that we just made under the snap-in folder here. Drag that out. And then you're just going to connect that there. And just connect that back up into there. And the L rounds to add, that's pretty obvious. It's that one there. And since we're taking ammo from our main store and putting it in the mag, we're actually depleting ammo. Okay, so we want to leave that add remove. We want to leave that to false because we're taking ammo away. And again, this is where that successful was. So if it was a failure, then we'd probably not want to carry on with this. But if you're using this function somewhere else, that's why we put that in there. Not important for this exactly right now, though. Okay, so save this. And now over here under blueprints, right click on this and create a new folder. We're going to just call this guns. Go back to the blueprints folder and the BPA parent weapon, right click on this, create child. Just delete everything at the end like we did with the ammo, but we're going to call it weapon underscore, and then using the same convention, assault rifle is what the assault rifle is called, and then drag that into the gun folder, and then open that up. And under class defaults, the top here, we have weapon data, and then we have weapon stored. We want to go to weapon stored, and before we do that, where it says dropped, make sure that's checked off. And weapon name, now we don't have to type it, we just have to pick it from the list, so assault rifle. And I'm going to have them start with 0 ammo each. Compile that, right click on it, and then duplicate. And just get rid of the assault rifle and type pistol. And then under the class defaults, we're going to change this to pistol. Make sure drop is ticked off, save, compile. Okay, and just do that with the rest of your weapons. So you're going to want to have all your weapons here. Each one will be its own class. That's the way it should be. And now go back to blueprints and find my underscore character and open that. And all we want is the event graph. So you can just close all the tabs. And we're just going to get rid of a few things here. So we don't want the E pickup weapon. You can just get rid of all of this. Now we don't want the drop weapon either. Get rid of that. So here where it says pick up ammo, we need to fix this. Right now it says weapon ID. We don't want that. So we're just add ammo, double click on this. And just like we did before, we're going to change the variable to weapon name. And change the weapon ID to weapon name. And where this was going, we need to recreate that. So let's bring that over here, type equals equals. And right here where it's messed up, just delete this. Drag that into there. And then there you go, that's fixed. Save that. So then just compile this. Don't worry about any of the errors. Just compile it and close it. And then back here, you can break this link and connect weapon name to weapon name. Okay, and once that's done, go up to where it says switch weapon, and we're just going to delete all of this. And then everything else we can keep. So save this and close that for now. And now what we want to do is open the AC character weapons. So double click on that. Go to the event graph. Go all the way to the top here where it says spawn weapons. First thing we want to do is pull this out. Drag this out and go is valid index. Then do a branch. And if true, then we're going to go into this loop. If false, we're not going to do anything. Then what we're going to do is actually just move this over here like that, and we're going to delete all of this stuff here. Okay, so let's get rid of all this, and this. Okay, you can leave that. And just like we've been doing, drag out weapon name, type enum to string, and just pipe that into there to fix that up. Okay, and then right here, just drag this out and type make data table row handle right there. And for the data table, you want to choose DT items. It's from the inventory system. And then from the row found here, drag this out and type spawn actor from class. And then under the class, type BP underscore SI INV item. And the spawn transform, just right click that and choose split. Just drag that out a little bit. And then right click anywhere and choose character reference. And then mesh. And drag that out and go get socket location. Just type the word head in here. And then pipe that into the transform location there. And then right here on the spawn actor where it says DT INV item, connect that to the data row handle that we made. Take character reference and put that into instigator, expand this, and also drag that into owner. And then on the other side, drag this out and type owning BP, and then cast to BPA parent, weapon, connect that up. Drag this out and type weapon mesh, and just go set simulate physics on that. Put a check mark there. So all this is going to do is if you want to start your character with weapons, this will spawn them by their head and drop them at their feet. Okay, so save that. Okay, on the left side here, on the graphs, create a new graph. Call it snap in integration. And then anywhere just at the top here, right click, and you want to do a custom event. We're going to call it web component underscore pickup slash equip underscore e. You want to make this a server event, and you want to make it reliable. And then go back to the drop and pickup, and basically just copy this entire pickup here, and bring it over here, just paste it, and bring it right up there, and then delete the custom event. And the one we just made here, click on this, and we want to add one variable here, and it needs to be a BPA parent weapon variable. And connect that. Connect that there. Where it says check weapon limit reached and check don't have same weapon, grab those and just bring them up top here. We're not going to use those right now. And then everything in front of that up the top here, we actually just want to delete that. So just highlight all this stuff here at the top and delete it. And then the stuff right here in front of the set weapon is dropped. We want to delete that as well. And then from this branch here, we just want to drag that directly into set weapon is dropped. Okay, where it says attach to component here, you just delete that completely. We don't want that. Same with the actor rotation. So delete that completely. And then grab the spawn weapon, drag that out and type add unique. And then just connect that up to there like that. And delete the add. Grab this other bubble and bring it here. Connect that to there and make sure you connect the weapon here to the add unique. And this here at the end, you can actually delete this. Okay, we're not quite done yet, but bring that green bubble in. Just leave it on the outside like that so we know it's a little bit separate there. And one thing we want to do right now is just drag out this reroute node here and just type set current weapon reference. Bring that into there. And then drag that over here to equip animation request. Okay, and that's all we want to do for that one there. Then we're going to scroll down and just below this we're going to type custom event. And we want to make web component underscore holster underscore E. Again, make this a server event, make it reliable. And we're going to add two variables to this. The first one is going to be the parent, so that's good. BPA underscore parent weapon. And below that, this is going to be a bool. And we want to call this holstered by replacement. And then if we go back to the event graph, there's a holster event here, so let's just grab this. Let's grab all of that, copy it, bring it over here and paste. And same thing, bring it up. We're going to delete the current event that's there, pipe this one in. Scroll over here where it says current weapon is valid, just delete that. And we want to do an if here, or a branch. And we want to connect that to here, the variable that we made in the event. Just connect that up. All the rest of the stuff here, don't delete it, but we just want to move it a little bit. So just grab it. Let's move it to the right a bit. Okay, so right click and just type current weapon reference. And then from the BPA parent reference, we want to just reroute here like that. And bring that over here as well. Reroute. So from the reroute node, just bring that out, type equals equals, and type the caret. And then put the current reference to the weapon in there. And drag this out and type OR. And then drag the current weapon reference out again and type is valid. And drag that out and type equals equals false. Put that in there like that. And then drag this up to if, the branch. And we want to take the false of the previous branch and put it in there like that. Okay, and then copy the current weapon reference and just put it paste right there. And just type the word select from that and hit enter. We should get two options here. So the top one is going to be the character reference. The bottom one will be this reroute node here. Okay. And then the index, just drag from this equals equals here right into the index like that. Okay, and then where it says current weapon reference here, you can just actually delete that. And you want to use this for that. So put that in there like this. And where it says weapon locked, you want to drag the true from the previous branch into weapon locked. And then grab the return value here and create a reroute node up top like that. And bring it over here as well to where it says check if you want to hide weapon. And you want to just put that directly in there and get rid of the current weapon reference. We don't need that there. And just keep going over where it says current weapon index, delete that, connect these up. And you can just expand this box to cover the rest of that. Okay, so save that. And the last one we're going to do here is a new custom event. We're going to call it whip component underscore drop underscore E. And we want to make that a server event, reliable. This time go to drop and pick up. And we want to copy the drop weapon. Just paste that there. Again, bring it up, get rid of the event. On the new event here, just click on it and under inputs, we want to create a BPA parent weapon reference. And then where it says is valid here, just delete this. And instead bring this out and type equals equals. And drag the current weapon reference into that. And then from the equals equals, create a branch. Put that in there like this. And just grab everything and move it to the right a bit so we have some space. And then from here, from the current weapon reference, bring this out. Just make a reroute node here. Bring this up and type is valid. Use the question mark one. Take the true from that and put it in there. And take the false from the branch and bring it down here and just create a reroute node. And then from the is valid, you want to just take the true and put it into the camera switch thing here. And just bring this reroute node over here just to make things a little nicer looking. that in there. Bring that up there. Where it says detach from actor, we can actually just delete that. We don't want that at all. Where it says set weapon dropped, just bring that rewrite node into there and then connect that up. And where it says owner character there, if you double click on this, we actually just want to delete the owner character from that. And you can just save and compile that. And close what it just opened, which was the BPA parent weapon. And then you can just get rid of the target on this and connect it to our rewrote node, so it's a little cleaner looking. Keep going over. And right here, this whole section here, we just want to delete everything that's in here, like that. And then right click and get a current weapon reference. And then also right click and type spawned weapons. And then just drag that out and type remove. Put that in there like this. Put that in there. And drag this over here. Get rid of this current weapon index and connect that up to there. You can make that a little smaller, bring that in so it's nice. Okay, and go back to the beginning, and then we created this reroute node here. Just want to bring this all the way over here and reroute. And then from here, grab the spawn weapons again, bring it down here, and just type remove again. And just pipe that into there, and then the item that we're going to remove from that, we want to actually bring all the way back to here, and it's just going to be the custom event. Just like that. Okay, so save that, compile it, and then any errors that you have at the bottom, just click on those. Okay, so this is the original pickup weapon, drop weapon. We can actually delete all of that. Just leave the ammo stuff there. And then go to the event graph, and down here where it says cycle weapons and switch weapons, we can actually just get rid of that as well. Delete all that and compile. And then you can also get rid of the holster weapon here. Compile this, see if you have any errors, and just click on the error. Just delete that, compile, and then close that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is, because this system uses projectiles, we want to make sure that we have a custom collision for the inventory system. Otherwise, the projectiles will hit on the inventory collision. So to do that, we want to go up here to edit, and then go to project settings, find collision, and we just want to create a new object channel here. If you already have an existing one, that's fine. If you don't, sometimes there's an engine bug where when you create a new channel, it will reset some of your other stuff. I've seen that happen in the projectiles. So if you notice your projectiles aren't hitting anything after this, it's probably because it reset your collision to ignore something else, and you want to go into your projectile and set it back to world dynamic. So click on new object channel. So just type si_inventory, and this is the important part. Make sure the default response is ignore. The system will automatically make sure everything else works after that, and only the certain things it needs to know about it will know about it, so just hit accept. And you can close that. And then under the snap-in folder, and we're going to go to snap-in components here, inventory, blueprints, and to start with, you just go to the core, INV item, open that up, and then over here under custom actions, G-custom actions, double click on this. This is all the example stuff that we have here, so we're not going to use any of that right now, but that's just for examples. If we go down to the bottom here, this is where we split the consumable. Right click and type owning BP, so let's look at the actual consumable itself, which is our BPA ammo. So if we drag that out and type BPA parent ammo, I'm going to cast to that, take this true and just pipe it into there. Now if you have other consumables in your game later on and not just ammo, then you're going to have to drag this out, and then because if the cast fails, then you're going to want to try the next one until you find the right component. This is why normally you have one parent with all consumables underneath it, one parent with all items underneath it, and so on and so on. That way you only have to cast one time. But in this particular component, it's BPA parent ammo is the source. So you either have to reparent this or just cast each one until you have all your consumables covered here. It's up to you how you do that. And then from here, just drag this out and just type cast to my character. And up here, you can actually just grab these two things here, SI inventory and character. And then from the owning BP, just drag that into get owner, because every time you pick up an item, it's automatically owned by the inventory system, and the inventory system is owned by your character. So you can always do that to get to your character. So pipe that in there. And then from here, just drag this out and type decrease on ammo split. This is what we made right in the beginning of the video there. Just pipe that into there, and obviously my character is my character, and the amount of ammo you're splitting is coming out here already, so you just connect that up. And that's all you're going to do for this. So hit save on that. And now what you want to do is go into the structs underscore data folder and then go down to data tables and open DT items. Now these are all the default items that the Snap and inventory system comes with, just as examples. But you're not going to use any of these because you're going to have your own stuff, so we're actually just going to delete all of these. I'm going to leave 2 just for examples, but you're going to want to delete all of these, and then you only want to add the items or the guns that you have. So I'm working with just the assault rifle and the pistol. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the assault rifle and I'm going to leave the pistol, and I'm going to leave the ammo for each. I'm just going to update these to reflect the weapon component system because right now they still reflect my demo system that comes with the inventory. So we'll start with the assault rifle, and we know that the row name has to match, and the name we've been using is assault rifle, like that. So we're going to make that that. This is the sample one, so the actual assault rifle that we created earlier was BPA weapon assault rifle. The hand, it can be stored in my containers, it's not a consumable. This doesn't matter because we're not using an ammo system that comes with the snap-in, so we're just going to leave that to none, but it doesn't matter, it can be anything. It attaches to the player. Are we using a custom collision? We are. We created that already. It was called snap in inventory, so we'll choose that. The item name for its icon can be whatever you want. Assault rifle is fine. I'm going to use my snap inventory assault rifle icon because we don't have another one right now to use. It equips to the primary socket on the player. When we put it away, it goes to primary underscore away. Its starting away is 10. Compatible attachments, you can play with that later. We're not doing attachments in this video. There's another video for that. Tooltips, it's going to be called assault rifle. We're not using the word 5.56, we're just using rifle ammo, so we'll change that up. Attachments, it's not an attachment, we don't care about that. And preview mesh, what is it going to look like when we put it in our level? Find the rifle mesh that they're using, it's that one. That way when we put the item in the level, we know what it looks like, otherwise it'll just be invisible. And we'll do the same thing for the pistol, so just go through the same motions, find the pistol that you created. Then we're going to go to the row name. Make sure you update the row name. We're just using pistol, so that's fine like that. Ammo doesn't matter because we don't have ammo stored in a data table, so we can just call it ammo rifle so we can easily see it. But we do have to choose, it was BPA ammo rifle by name, so choose that one. It does not equip to the hand, so make sure that's false. It can be stored. It is a consumable. This doesn't matter. It's not a backpack, so it doesn't increase the amount of weight we can hold. It doesn't attach to anybody. All items, you're going to be using the inventory collision, so we want to keep that. We're not using 5.56, so let's just change that to rifle. There's an ammo icon that ships with the system, the snap and inventory system, so I'm just going to leave that for now. You can have your own icon though if you want. This is all fine, doesn't equip to anybody. Its starting weight is 5. So you can set all these however you want for your items. It's up to you. And I'm just going to use my ammo box that's already there, so that's fine like that. And same thing for the pistol ammo. I'm just going to change this to BPA pistol ammo, pistol ammo like that. Okay, and then you want to do this for all of your items, so all of your rifles, all your guns, and all your ammo. You want to put them all in here. Okay, just make sure the row names for the guns are exactly the same as what you're using in the DT weapons table. Okay, so we can save this, close that. In the gun here, we said that the gun's attaching the primary and primary away, and the secondary and secondary away. So we want to make sure those sockets exist on our character. So if you go back to the weapon component and find my character, you can see we have a bunch of errors here. So just hit compile on that, and then just click on the first error. Anything you see here, you can just, if it's an error, just delete that. Compile again. Find the next one. It's just stuff that we've gotten rid of. There's a lot more cleanup that we could do here. So where it says holster weapon here, you want to actually just get rid of this. Okay, and then click on the mesh in the top left here, and then you want to just click on the magnifying glass there. And we actually want the skeleton. So we want to just rename the socket where it's going to attach to our character. So just scroll down and find the right hand. And you can see here SKT hand R. We just want to rename that to primary. And then on the back where it says holster spine R, we're just going to change that to primary underscore away. Okay, and you can have, if you want the second one, you can just say like primary underscore away 2. If you wanted to have 2 primary slots, you can do that. You just have to set that. In the DT tables, in the DT items table, you can see where we set that. So if you wanted to create a second slot called primary underscore away 2, you can set that, and then that gun would always go to the second slot. This is just on the ground because that's where the preview meshes go when they die. And we have a pistol as well, so we also want to create a pistol, which we called secondary underscore away. And we also had secondary equip slot. So where it says primary here, under hand R, we just want to right click and add a socket, call it secondary. Because the pistol usually lines up differently in your hand. It's not usually exactly where the rifle is, because the rifle is held with 2 hands. So you're going to want to adjust this when you have your actual pistol mesh, but for now I'm just going to make it the same location and rotation as the rifle, but that's never the way it actually is. So save that. And while we're here, go up to the blueprint, the animation blueprint for this character. And we want to go to the event graph. And over here you're going to see enum, equip weapon, and unequip weapon. So you want to grab those and bring them up here. But the other things we want to do is we want to add another notify here. So on the right, just type the word equip, and where it says equip rifle and equip pistol, so all 4 of these, open those up. So we can see where it's going to equip the weapon right there. At the end, just right click somewhere near the end here and type add notify. And we want to create a new one. And just call it enum end, like that. Okay, so we know where the animation ends. Just drag that to the end there. Save that. And just open up each one. So that's the pistol. We want to do the rifle as well. And this is just for the equip and unequips. Okay, you don't have to do it for the rest of them. Once that's done, just close that. And then go back to where we have these, and then right click and just type the word enum end. And then we should get another one there. Okay, so now we have to tell our inventory system when to attach the weapon and when the animation's done. Okay, so to do that, go back to my character, click on the character's mesh, go to add component and type child actor, and then here just type SI inventory. This is how we add the inventory component. And on the right side here under child actor class, choose SI underscore inventory, and you want to make sure you choose the child actor here. And then just expand this child actor template, and under snap in, edit these, we want to open the default values here. Okay, and you can go through these and customize this however you want. There's another video for what all of these mean. But the ones that we care about right now, okay, we want to go through these. The ones that we care about right now, I'm just going to add a bit of menu blur here. It looks nicer. We care about this one here, the custom collision. So we want the SI inventory collision, and we want to use the busy when equipping. So this lets us use our animations to equip. Make sure that has a check mark on it, and SI inventory is chosen for the collision. So save that. Okay, now go back to your animation blueprint. On the left side here under functions, you want to add attach in inventory. Right click and type character reference. Drag that out, cast to my character, and then from here type that child actor we just added called SI inventory. And then from there you want to get the child actor, and then cast to BPSI inventory. Not the child actor, but the main one. And then drag this out and type attach underscore E. Okay, we want the first one, attach the capital E. You should have this E equip status enum here. Just drag that into your attach inventory function. Then you can close the function. Go back to the event graph and drag that function out. Okay, we just want to copy and paste it, so we want 2 of them. So drag the anim end by itself into one and choose anim end. And then drag both of these into the first one and choose attach. Okay, and then save that. And close this and close this and close my character. And now we need to actually add items to our level. What we're going to do is go into the snap-in system under blueprints and under core, and where it says BPSI INV item, drag that into the map. And that's what we're always going to drag into the map when we want to add items. But as we talked about earlier, where it's invisible right now, we can't see what it looks like. On the right side here under snap-in, go to edit, and where it says row name, choose the item you want to add. So if I choose assault rifle, you can see from that preview mesh now we can actually see it in our level. So this is why we add that. Okay, so I'm just going to clone that. Now I'm going to add a pistol as well. Okay, so now we have some items in our map. And before we test, if you go to your weapon component, go back to blueprints and my character. There's one other thing that I forgot to mention. Under the character weapons here on the left, where you have your initial weapons, this is no longer going to be accurate because you have a weapon here that doesn't have a name anymore because we changed this. If you want your character to start with a weapon, make sure the ammo is 0, but the weapon name is, these are the weapons you want them to start with. So if you want them to start with a pistol and a rifle, then you'd have to set those there. You can add weapon or add ammo to the mag, but not to the BP, because they have to pick up ammo in order to get that. So if you have 2 weapons there, what's going to happen is at the beginning you'll see it'll spawn right in front of them. Okay, so we're almost ready to test. The only thing we have left to do is, now that we have the items in our map and we have our character updated and everything, we still have to tell the weapon component when we actually pick up a weapon, because now we're initiating all of the pickups from the inventory system. So the way we do that is if we go to the inventory components over here, go to blueprints, we want to go to the inventory child actor here and open that up. And this section is dedicated to adding additional functionality after the inventory system has done what it's supposed to do. So that's what we want to use here today. Okay, so we're going to start with the pickup and equip. So this is all just sample stuff here. We can delete most of this. We want to keep some of it. Just delete all this, delete this, delete this. Okay, so we just want to start with this. And what we're going to do here is just move this over here and just make that a little bigger. And just right click here and type get parent actor. And from here we want to cast to my character, like that. And then from here drag this out and go owning BP. We want to cast to parent weapon. Bring that into there like this. Bring that into there like that. So before we allow the pickup to happen, there's a few things in the weapon component system that we may or may not want to use. It's up to you, but if we want to include that here, then we have to do it before we pick up the weapon. And to show you what that looks like, if we go back to the AC character weapons, these 2 macros that we've moved out of the way here, these are the checks. So if the weapon limit's reached or if they have the same weapon type, I guess these are just options that you can use. So what you want to do is open that up, just copy weapon limit not reached, go back to my character here, and then go back to the child actor for the inventory. And on the left side, let's just create a new macro. We'll call it web component underscore pickup check M for macro. And just paste that in here. And where it says initial weapons, delete that. And where it says length, delete that. And we'll actually delete all of that. Okay, and then just drag this arrow into the inputs. And what we want in here is 2 variables. So so we want in these inputs is 2 variables. So just hit 2 pluses there. And for the first one, type BPA parent weapon. And the second one is going to be my character, so my underscore character. Okay, and before we carry on with that, go back to AC character weapons. Go back to our snap-in integration, and we want the second guy here too. So check don't have same weapon type. So just grab all this. Go back to our inventory child actor, just paste it over here on the right. And we're going to use that as well. Okay, so we'll get to that. Under the inputs here, just drag out BPA parent. So on the inputs here under my character, just drag that out and type character weapons and get spawned weapons. And here just type length and put that into the top here. And then from character weapons, grab max weapon limit and put that in there. So false is up there. So for true, bring this down and just type branch or if. And then from the character weapons, type disallow weapon type, put that in here. And then come over here and just create a rewrite node on this. Bring that out here. And just type check weapon type. And you just delete that stuff there. And then for this check weapon type, you want to bring the true into there. And then take that out and bring that into the branch here. And pick up into there. And then for the picked up weapon, drag that over to our BPA weapon variable that we added there. Okay, and then grab our output here and just bring it over here. print string, bring it over here, and just grab that arrow and pipe it into there. And just call this weapon limit reached. And then the next one here, this guy from our true, just bring that in. I'm just going to say good. And then this one here, bring it in and say already has weapon. I'm just going to put the good to the bottom so it's easy to see later. Like that. We just have to fill this in here, so that's just going to come from here. Okay, and then this false here, just go straight into good. Okay, so this is just going to check if any of those, if you're using any of those options in your weapon component, it'll check for that. Okay, so then bring that in here. My character is going to go there, the weapon's going to go there, cast is going to go there. And if it's good to go, then we're going to tell the inventory system that we're allowed to pick up that weapon. Okay, so that's just the first check. And the second part is actually picking up the weapon. So the inventory system is going to attach it and everything, but we have to actually tell the weapon component system what weapon we have attached. So just right click and go get parent actor, cast to my character. Don't use customs, bring that up to my character. And let's just create another macro down here. We'll call it wep component underscore pickup underscore m. So for here, we're just going to add 3 pluses. First one's going to be an execution. Second one's going to be BP underscore INV item. And third one's going to be my character. So let's just call this BP INV item. My character. Okay, so from the item, type owning BP, then cast to BPA weapon parent. BPA parent weapon. Just create a few reroute nodes for this, so we're going to need this. Drag this reroute node out and type wep component. And we want pickup, equip. That's the one we made earlier, so that's the one we want here. Drag that into there, and the parent weapon, drag into the parent weapon. For the cast fail, just bring that up here and just type reroute. And then go back down here, and under character weapons, just grab this and type weapon. Just bring this out and just do another reroute here. And grab the BPA parent weapon and just bring that up there like that. Bring this out to here. And drag this down here and just type set current ammo and backpack. Okay, so we want that. There, set that to 0. And then type reroute. And then down here, just type snap in update ammo. Bring that into there. Make sure that's 0. Put a tick mark there. Okay, and then go back here and grab the outputs and bring that over here. Let's put that into there. And we're just going to type finished. Okay, but before we finish it, let's bring this reroute node over here. And bring that one in as well. And we're going to say it's not a weapon component item. Okay, so if you ever add other weapons or anything like that, you can add more logic to the end of that. Okay, so close that, and then we're just going to add that here. It's going to be the same item that we used earlier. So this guy here, put that in there. Okay, and that one's done. So now we're going to move over here to the holster. Again, we can just get rid of the example stuff here. Okay, we're going to want the item, so let's bring that down. We don't want this or any of this. We're going to want the parent actor. Grab this, cast to my character. Do not use custom. Grab that, put it in there. And then from the holster, where it says holster by replacement, bring that down as well. We want to grab a reference for this. Put that there. Okay, let's make another macro down here. Call it weapon component underscore holster. And we want to add on the inputs 1, 2, 3, 4. First one is going to be an execution. Second one is going to be the INV item. Third one is going to be my character. And the last one is going to be a bool. Holstered by replacement. Okay, so from the execution, bring this out, type if or branch. And then from the item here, type get params, and then just drag that out and type break. And what we want to get from here is consumable. Put that into the if, and then we can just minimize this. Okay, so we just want to find out if it's a consumable or not. And then from here, just drag this out to here and type owning. And then up here, type cast to BPA parent ammo, and bring the true into there. The false, just bring that up here, type reroute. We'll deal with that after. From here, type pick up ammo. And we're picking it up, so we want to add that. Obviously, the character reference is going to be right there, so just bring that out. That into there, and then grab our output and just put that in there. We're going to type weapon component ammo, because that succeeded. And then this top one here, just put that in here and type not weapon component consumable. We verified it was a consumable, but it doesn't belong to the ammo. Okay, then go down here to the false, and from here again we want to cast to the weapon component, but this time to the parent weapon. We want to see if it's a non-consumable, so it's a parent weapon. Just grab the cast fail and bring it up here, reroute. We'll deal with that again later. From the character reroute here, type character weapons. And this time we want to get our holster function that we had, that we created. Just grab that, drag that into there, and the weapon is going to be there. And this is where we want to take this variable, or this input, put that into there, so we know that it was replaced or not. And just bring this down here, and we're going to pipe this failure here into there. We're going to say not a weapon component item, because it failed. And the last one here is going to go into there, and we're going to say finished, because that did work. Okay, and that's all you need to have for that section, so close this. And I'll add the holster function, or macro, and just connect everything up. Like that. Okay, and the last one is the drop function. Again, just get rid of the example stuff. So we're going to need this again, so reroute. Bring that over there, reroute. Cast to my character. Do not use custom. Put that into here. And last one we're going to make here, weapon component drop. And just like before, we want 3 inputs here. First one's an execution. Second one is BPSI INV item. Third one is my character. Drag this out, make a branch. Drag the item out, get params, break, find is consumable, and then minimize this. Drag the item out here, reroute, and we want to get owning BP, cast to parent weapon, bring that down there, and then bring this up here and type cast to parent ammo. That's the BPA parent ammo. So if it is a consumable, we're going to go to ammo. And if it's not a consumable, we're going to go to weapon. We'll do the ammo first. Drag ammo out, type pick up ammo. And because we didn't have a decrement ammo and we want to remove ammo because we're dropping. And for the cast fail, just bring that down there and type reroute. Bring that up there and just type. For the cast fail, just bring that up there. We'll type reroute. And then grab your outputs here. For the ammo fail, just put that into there like that. And we're going to type not web component consumable. And for this one here, we're going to say weapon component ammo. Component ammo. And just bring that down there. Now we're going to deal with the weapon. So from here, what we want to do, so I'll go back to my character, bring in a reference down here, bring it over here, and then from here, just grab character weapons. We want to grab weapon locked, it's a bool, grab that. And then right click anywhere and just type busy, and grab this function, inventory busy. And put a tick mark here on show busy. And drag this out and type equals equals. And just copy that. And so we want 2 of those. And type and then drag the and out and type manual loop. And defaults are fine there. And then grab the weapon, pipe it into there like that. And for the cast failed, bring that straight into your outputs. We're going to call that not a weapon component item. Okay, and once this is freed up, meaning we're not busy, we're not reloading, or we're not switching weapons or whatever, then we can drop it. So from the parent weapon, that's where we're going to choose our drop. We created a drop function earlier. And from our character weapons, we're going to choose drop, the drop function we created earlier. And just put success and final fail into that. And the weapon that we're going to drop is this guy. And let's bring that into there and say finished. Like that. And then drag that into there. Can I get it up? And let's do a Control Shift and S to save everything. And we're ready to test. Now you can see everything's here. So those are the weapons we said to start with. These are the ones that we put in the level. You can see the inventory system's there. So if we double click, it picks up the weapon. If we hit F to pick up, picks up the weapon. The pistol should go on the thigh. We should be able to drop. So that was dropping more from the back. If the pistol's the one equipped, then we drop. Quick slot number 2. So see the ammo is working. Let's grab some ammo. There's the ammo. If I reload, so there's 30 rounds. The clip can hold 30, so you see that disappears. That's the pistol ammo. You take that. Grab the pistol. And that's it. So if you have any issues, just message me in Discord, and good luck.